going to kick butt, but while I'm kicking butt, I'm making sure that other women are also kicking butt.
All the negatives in life really do work towards the positive.
Are you getting your life or not?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Cole Life. Christmas is over.
Sad day.
What's the point of even filming at this point? Season is gone. But it's a new year. We want to take some time and reflect on 2019. The positives, the negatives, things that we've learned, things that we've accomplished. We've taken a lot of things that we needed improvement on and we've built it into a success story for ourselves. So we wanted to share a little bit of that with you. Before we do, if you could all just be a little bit in the Christmas spirit, even though it's gone, and do me a favor. If you can like, comment, subscribe, we would love for you to be a part of our family and look at the content we're putting out there. We'd love to have great conversation and make sure that we are encouraging everyone in
Join
this
the team.
thing called life.
One of the main things that I learned during this season was just learning about relationships and friendships, and I have honestly felt stronger in myself because I appreciate every single person that came into my life, whether they were here for a season or a moment in time, or they're here for a lifetime. I've met some amazing people this year that I absolutely love, and there were some people that did not stay this year, and it's not because I had that mindset of, you know what, one situation with me and you're done and blah blah. It's just that the friendship wasn't healthy for me.
Sometimes personalities just don't vibe. Sometimes people just don't. They just butt heads. Whatever it may be, it's not that those people are inherently there's something wrong with them. It's just the dynamic didn't make sense. It wasn't cohesive.
Or you guys have different expectations of business, different expectations of relationship. It could be a million things. But that doesn't mean that they're not thriving in other relationships and you're wondering like, well, what was wrong with me? What was going on where I couldn't? And you can't please everybody. You're not going to mesh with everybody. That's something that I had to learn. I'm not going to mesh with everybody. All I can do and believe in myself is that my heart is pure and it's okay. I know there's people, especially when we posted that friendship video, there were so many people that commented saying that I really don't have many good friends. I'm pretty much a loner. I don't really talk to anybody. And sometimes you just have to find the right people. It took us a while. And part of that was me having to recognize myself and value myself and value my time and being okay with people not valuing those things and letting the relationship just fizzle off. When you fizzle those relationships out, you realize that you left room and you made room for more genuine people to come into your life. Not met some genuine people. Right now I have great relationships with so many people. Shout out to all of you guys. You know who you are. I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for all the support, and YouTube fam, I love y'all so much. How I managed to change my thinking when it came to relationships was really recognizing that I have to know who I am. And I have to know that God knows who I am. And that's the biggest thing. Not to say that you don't have accountability, not to say that people can't correct you, but at the end of the day, I have to know that I am giving my most genuine self to people.
Right.
Am I giving my most genuine self? Was I ever fake? Did I ever change up? Did I ever switch up on anybody? No, then it just didn't work out. And it's okay. Be genuine yourself. Make sure that you are being as genuine you as possible. Make sure that you're working on yourself. You are not the perfect friend in the world. That is just, nobody's a perfect friend. But you can try to be that person. Nobody's the perfect. You are a great friend. But nobody's perfect. I gotta work it.
This year, I struggled a lot with, we'll call it being in the moment, being present in the moment. And there's just my life in general this year. We talk about transition, we talk about just burden and responsibility of so many different things. I felt like I was juggling 7 different plates, spinning 7 different plates in my life, and I've got one on my toe here, and I've got one in this arm, one on my elbow, and so it just felt like my capacity was being stretched to its fullest. And when I was in that state of mind, it was very difficult for me to, I would say, detach from all of the things going on. In the back of my mind, it felt like there was something always running. There was always something playing in my mind, questions around the flips that I'm doing and what's going on with those projects, question around the to-do list I have for my job the next day, questions around what was going on with our YouTube channel and what videos we're going to do and what's going on with the baby, and just like it felt like there were so many different layers of things that it caused me to mentally detach from moments. And so I would be with people but not mentally and emotionally engaging with them. I saw relationships start to get negatively affected by me. And, you know, not negatively affected in the sense of like people thought I was mean or doing something wrong, but they weren't impactful. I can even look at like my good friends, and we would just have conversation. It didn't seem to that I was contributing to those conversations as much as I used to. Same thing with my brothers. My brothers would make comments all the time of like, bro, get off your phone. Bro, like, where are you at right now? Like, spend time with us. And I'm like, well, I'm here. Like, and I'm not recognizing the issue. And I'm just, but I think I'm being present, but I'm really not. And honestly, it affected our relationship. This year, that was a big issue. It was a big issue in the sense of, you know, we're going on dates, but I'm constantly asking her, baby, can I take this call? This is an emergency. One of my properties, something just happened. I got to go deal with it. Oh, baby, okay, this is a call for work, and it's really important. I know it's after hours, but I do have to handle this because we're preparing for this meeting. And so there's like all these interruptions, and it didn't feel like the time I was giving to her was quality time. So dealing with all of that, it took a season for me to even realize and like internalize and accept that that's what was actually going on. It wasn't until later in the year that I finally looked back and like took a moment to analyze it and like, wow, this is actually affecting my life. This is making an impact in a negative way, and I don't want to be that person. I want to be the man that when I'm having a conversation with you, my eyes are locked in. It's full engagement, and you feel like you're the only person that I'm concentrating on, and you're the only person in the world. Especially this one right here. You know, when I'm spending time with her, I want her to feel like she's my number one and absolute only priority. And so once I recognized that was an issue, it was still a journey, like you said, of actually getting better at it. Taking my phone out of it was number one. But just being intentional, and I had her hold me accountable to it. I had my family, I told all my family, that was the best thing I could have done, is tell people what I'm trying to accomplish. And say, I want to be better at being in the moment. I want to be better at being present and engaging with you all. Help me do that. Remind me to do that. If you see that I'm not, call me out. But like that is my focus. That's my drive right now. And my family really rallied around me and helped me get better at that. So I'd say like the place that we're in now is we've seen the change even in our interaction, I'd say the last maybe 3 months.
It brings so much intimacy in the real relationship, and it almost like dude, we like sometimes we look at each other like, dude, we really have a good time together. We have a ball together. Like we can crack up and talk all night if we wanted to. So it really showed that even more. Even though that we have good times, but when you're losing that present moment, you miss these opportunities of making more moments, honestly.
Exactly. And and I felt like life was almost passing me by, you know, and so I feel that at the point I'm at now is I feel a deeper appreciation for these moments, a deeper gratitude for things, and I feel like I'm enjoying all the things that I'm working hard for. I'm actually now enjoying more of those things. Otherwise, what's the point? You know, if I'm always in work mode, if I'm always got something going on, I'm always stressing out about something, like that's not a good way to live life. That's not the way God intended it for me or anyone else. So that was a big thing for me this year.
And it's hard because we live in a world where it's so much technology, so many things are going on in your brain where you can literally miss a whole moment. When you have so much stuff going on, you can't take a moment and pause for you or for others. Like that's dangerous. And I'm glad that that's something that we are constantly learning, because even though you had to work on it, I think that's something that we all have to consistently work on. So
I agree.
My second success story that I'm truly, truly proud of. Like, I'm so proud of this.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So
is the creativity this year has been amazing. this was probably one of the, as far as me personally and me working on myself and building creativity, this is probably the most creative I've been, but this was also the hardest time of building and forming. I mean, we started YouTube this year. You guys, like, it has been so amazing. Part of that was God showing us what that would look like. God told us 2 years to start this and we didn't.
Yeah.
And that,
we kind of
honestly,
sat on that one for a while.
We sat on it for a while and we just didn't think that that was what God wanted. But this is clearly showing us that God had bigger plans than what we ever imagined. Also, I had to be in a place to get to this point, to be comfortable to share and to grow and to build all of those things.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Be vulnerable with all of
You guys. God gave us a vision, but I actually pushed on that vision this year. Before I would just kind of sit on and maybe do a little bit of things, a little bit here and there, but never fully go full force. Like, I'm actually going to drill in and I'm going to do it. And that was this year. It wasn't just with YouTube. Like, I started a women's group where I in my mind, I'm like, I know for me to be successful, I have to have accountability. I have to have people that know what I'm doing and checking on me. And if I'm like that, I'm sure there's other women out here like that. So we started off as a book club where we read books every month. And I'm definitely thinking about bringing you guys in that because it's been phenomenal for us. But having something consistent where we're growing, where we're constantly looking at ourselves, questioning what we could work on, and not in a way of anxiety, but a way of like, yeah, let's get this stuff going. We have this time on this earth to be great and to do something, and every year we're watching it pass by.
You had a lot of vision board parties and a lot of goal conversation meetings and you had a lot of good stuff this year.
It was one of those years where I said, like, I'm going to kick butt, but while I'm kicking butt, I'm making sure that other women are also kicking butt.
She came home and was like, babe, I looked at my vision board and, like, I've accomplished everything on my board this year. And I was like, I need a board.
Right.
Where's my board? Where am I at with my goals?
Brian writes his stuff out.
To be fair, it's all on line item paper. It's not cute and it doesn't look good, but it's
mine's
there.
just super cute. I might show you guys.
I'll go get it.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Wait. Do you see this? Do you see how creative this is? I mean, the antique, framing. Oh my God. Do you know what mine looks like? It looks like a college student's notepad in science class.
Yours
on
is
line
nice.
Item paper.
It's detailed.
It's not even stapled together. It's just loose leaf.
That was one thing I learned, was that I really needed to push myself. And what pushed myself also meant was having other people around me that push themselves as well. So with that, that's one thing that I would also say for 2020. Get you some friends that will get your life.
The technical term is accountability buddy. Find you an accountability buddy.
Yeah, outside, and I would say outside of, if you have a spouse, outside of your spouse, if you are a woman, get yourself a bunch of women and y'all work together on building. And I'm talking about real accountability. Like, are you getting your life or not? Like, you say you want to write this book. Are you really writing it? How many chapters are we doing? How many pages are we doing today? That's the type of accountability I had.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It was a good year.
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of both of us. Okay.
The other thing that I struggle with, and I would say overcame this year, was in regards to my business. As some of you have been with us for a while, know that I own a real estate investment company on the side. Hashtag everybody get a side hustle, because we got goals out here. So I have my full-time career and then I have my business. Well, regarding my business, I started it last year. We started flipping properties and gaining some rental properties as well. But with that, this year we put it into high gear.
Yeah.
We went from starting one project to buying, I think we bought 6 homes this year. And so we have not completed all those projects. There's still 2 or 3 that are outstanding. But it was a heavy burden that I kind of placed on myself. I had big goals and I was just going after it.
Yeah.
And I almost went after it so hard that I wasn't fully ready to handle it.
Yeah.
And so I think when literally with each of my projects, something crazy happened. Something blew up, something went wrong, something, right?
Which if you watch flip shows,
it's
every time.
I struggled with my own, like, almost keeping my own life at like a even keel, balanced place, because my emotions would ride with the waves of business and what's going on with that. So what I had to really learn is, number one, anticipating the challenges and being ready for them ahead of the time, which I think that translates to a lot of other areas of my life as well. Anticipating the struggle and anticipating the enemy making moves on our lives and having strategies against us, anticipating those things and getting ahead of it, being prepared for it, being in prayer, being ready mentally, physically, emotionally, etc. But with business, for me, I had to get to the place that I anticipated it, I had a plan, but if things didn't go according to plan, I am not going to freak out. I'm going to roll with it, and at the end of the day, I'm grateful and appreciative of where God has me, and so my life I'm living a good life, and God's got me, He's got it in control, and it will work out. All the negatives in life really do work towards the positive.
You learn.
Man,
you learn.
I learned a lot this year, and I learned from mistakes that I made and just things that happened, how to have controls around surprises and put things in place ahead of time. And
if surprises still come, it's okay.
It's okay.
I literally, when you were talking, I literally like saw a vision of a wave, because you said just ride the wave. It's literally like we try to fight the wave, and the waves are coming. Yeah. You're like sitting in the ocean trying to like throw a whole temper tantrum, and the wave's going to keep coming.
It's going to come regardless.
It's going to come across. It's going to hit you. You might as well ride it.
Yeah. So
figure out how to handle it.
So if I can summarize that whole experience this year, I would just say it's growing pains. And I think we all go through growing pains in different areas of life, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. We all go through pains of growth, and there's a burden that comes with that. There's layers of responsibility that add pressure, that add stress, whatever the case may be. Learning how to, as Paul said, abase and abound, right? In the highs and the lows, can I maintain? Can I maintain my own internal atmosphere? Yeah. And I think that's where I've learned to be at peace internally, and learn to say that my body, my soul, my spirit are at rest. And when they're at rest, the world can be chaotic around me no matter what's going on. I'm in this bubble that is created through the Holy Spirit, that I am at peace no matter what happens. And I just encourage you all to develop with me, grow with me, because I'm still working on that, I'm still improving in that. So we can improve together and get to that place where the world can be chaotic, but God has established a peace in us.
With that being said, we are appreciating the growth that we have experienced with you guys this year. We're so thankful. And one of the big accomplishments that we had was we hit 25K.
25. Whoa. I cannot believe that 25,000 people want to hear what we have to say.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I like, that's crazy to me.
I'm going to be honest. If you looked at my vision board, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you how many subscribers I put down.
Well, like 200.
I mean, in my mind, I was thinking that this was going to be a small thing, like something that we were just gonna, do and see how it goes. And because I don't want to pay attention to just numbers. We wanted it to be intimate, and however many people watched us, it was a blessing. So all in all, we're so thankful. But we do want to give a giveaway, so we will probably be posting that soon.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. We will have a really, really good giveaway. We already have some ideas of what we're going to give. So stay tuned. We will put that in the community post soon. I want to say probably in next week or so. We love you.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.